You're watching W33BY, Detroit, Highland Park, Michigan. The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of W33BY, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
Good morning, Detroit. Wake up, roll out of bed, and join me for the first edition of Sip Coffee with Cathy. The purpose of my show is to help my viewers brew a more robust life. Yes, a richer, fuller life. It's been my experience as a culture change professional who has trained over 3,000 individuals that most people are just moving through life, completing one task after the other. But if you stick with me and join me every first Sunday of the month, it is my goal to help my viewers experience life. That means to be engaged mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. It doesn't mean that you won't be able to complete your task, but it means that you will experience the joy that comes from moving through life and being fully engaged. Being able to look at the little things in life and receive joy from that. So, I'd like to invite you to put your feet up, grab your favorite cup of coffee in your favorite coffee mug, as I have, and join me for Sip Coffee with Cathy. But before we get started, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I am the owner and CEO of my own company, executive coaching company and consulting company, CWC Leadership Development. I am so proud to be an executive coach, a certified coach, certified through the International Coaching Federation. I am a social and emotional intelligence coach. I am certified through the Institute for Social and Emotional Intelligence. I am an experienced trainer. I trained, like I mentioned, over 3,000 people how to experience life. I am a culture change professional, and I'm a blogger. Yes, you can join my blog at brewingcoffeewithcathy.com. It's an awesome place to be. It's a community of women that support one another through life's ups and downs, and we come there together and share. But let me tell you a little bit about myself personally, because I am a life coach as well. I am the wife of 33 years to a husband who is one of my biggest supporters. I am the mother of 3 grown people. I used to say children, but they're quite grown. And I am the grandmother, the Grammy of 7 grandbabies who I adore. 6 boys, 1 little girl. And yes, that little girl, she can hold her own. I'd like to also share with you my definition of success, because I think that's important. And everyone's definition will be different. My definition of success is healthy relationships. Healthy relationship with oneself. So to really love yourself and to know yourself. My tagline as a life coach and an executive coach is, I specialize in introducing people to themselves, because I found that so many times people can be with themselves their entire lives and never really know themselves. So my definition of success is to know yourself, love yourself. Definition of success means healthy relationships with yourself, healthy relationship with God, to have an intimate relationship with Him. And then healthy relationships with your friends, your families. Yes, to love your neighbor as you love yourself. It's been my experience in life that so many times relationships go awry, or there are difficulties in relationships because that relationship with self is off. People will often treat you the way they feel about themselves internally. So, my definition of success is healthy relationships. My mission statement. You know, I've traveled through many different organizations and they all have a mission statement, and they want their employees to lift that mission statement off the paper and breathe life into it. And they want that to be the driving force. So, my personal mission statement is I want people to feel God's love through me. That is the driving force of everything that I do. So, in order for me to live that mission statement, I need to care for myself in a way that fills my cup daily so that I can live out that mission. So, and for me, that all starts with my morning cup of coffee. It's not just what I put in my coffee, but it's the morning routine that I have that accompanies my cup of coffee. But just for the record, I'll tell you what I like in my coffee. I like 4 creams, 5 Splenda, and a shot of hazelnut. That's an awesome cup of coffee for me. But when I awaken every morning with my cup of coffee, after I make my favorite cup of coffee, I sit on my couch and I open my blinds because I want to watch the sunrise. For me, that is a connection with my Heavenly Father. During that time, I also read my Bible daily because I need to know what His love is like for me to imitate that. I engage in prayer, meditation, and journaling, and I exercise 4 to 5 times a week. So thereby, I am creating a foundation every morning to be engaged in life mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And again, if you join me every first Sunday of the month, we'll talk about ways that you too can create a foundation to not just move from one task to the other, but yes, to experience life and to be engaged in life mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Well, that's a little bit about me, but I also have some amazing guests coming up this morning to share with you a little bit about what is executive coaching, what is life coaching, and to also tell you about a phenomenal seminar that I put together for a period of 18 months. It's called Sip Coffee with Cathy. And I have 2 of my guest participants, my regular participants, who had joined me faithfully every 18 months with a group of other women to, yes, indeed, sip coffee with Cathy. So we will move briefly to a commercial break, but before we do, I'd like to mention one of my sponsors. A portion of this show is sponsored by Sunshine Dental, located in Warren, Michigan, where they believe that every day, a great day, not only begins with a beautiful sunrise, but also with a beautiful smile. They are located at 21561 Ryan Road in Warren, Michigan, and they can be reached at 566-758-3620. Thank you, Sunshine Dental, for your support. And if you haven't had an opportunity, my audience, to grab your cup of coffee, you got 2 minutes to do it, and join me back as I welcome my first guest. See you in 2. Welcome back, Detroit. I hope you had an opportunity to grab your coffee and kick your feet up. I have with me one of my very first guests, one of my very dear colleagues and dear friend, Miss Michelle Ruppin. And she is going to help us to appreciate a little bit about executive coaching because not everyone knows about it. Not everyone knows about leadership development. And the reason I'm talking about this is because as I have traveled throughout different organizations engaging in leadership development training, and I've shared so many aha moments with different individuals, I began to think this information is so valuable that it should be available to everyone. So I want to start here and explain to my audience about executive coaching and leadership development. And then I want to have an opportunity every first Sunday of the month to be able to share with you some of the principles from leadership development and executive coaching that you can use in your everyday life. So I have with me today Ms. Michelle Ruppin, and she is the Director of Talent Management and she at Michigan State University, and she does some pretty amazing things. So Michelle, why don't you tell our viewers what your role is and how you see the benefit of executive coaching and what you do every day?
Absolutely. Thank you, by the way, Cathy, for having me on today.
My
I'm
pleasure.
certainly honored to be the first guest this morning. So I've spent about 27 years, actually, in the world of human resources, organizational development, executive coaching, and development really at all levels in the organization. And I have a real passion for this work. I take it very seriously, but it's also a lot of fun. And really, that's kind of what connected the two of us, of course. So during our travels, we had occasion to be in a coaching cohort actually together,
Yes.
where we had an opportunity to take what's referred to as a 10-10-10 walk. And it's all about listening, knowing, and understanding.
Yes.
And creating awareness and a path of self-discovery. And this is my life's work, of course. I've enjoyed it very much as a parent with my children, and now I get to come to work, and they pay me to do this amazing work. And one thing I will say is in that 10-10-10 walk, certainly there was a chemistry that existed in the room between us, and the fact that then we sought one another out for that walk and what we experienced on that walk. So much of my work has been centered around self-discovery for others, and this was really an opportunity where I had tremendous self-discovery for myself, thanks to you.
No, the same happened with me, the same. It was just an amazing walk. And that 10-10-10 walk really helped us to hone our listening skills and to put our own thoughts aside and really focus on the other person. And that's what coaching is all about. And what a gift that is. So, Michelle, tell me in the work that you do, talent development, when is it that you recommend that a leader should have an executive coach or engage in coaching?
So that's a great question. I would say coaching is appropriate anytime there's an opportunity for growth and development. And that can mean different things for different people. Sometimes you have very successful CEOs who really don't appear to really need any coaching, but there are things that exist, maybe even in their personal life, that are kind of weaving their way into their work life, where you can support both very effectively. And I think the work that you and I have had occasion to do in the past, where I have been able to put you in as a coach for some top leaders, certainly is a testament to that. And I would just share with your audience today something that I think is so very unique in a coach. We get requests from time to time for specific coaches, but what I found in working with Cathy was that the first time I sent her out on a coaching engagement to Ohio, she came back from that coaching engagement, and I received 3 to 4 phone calls actually requesting her specifically. And in fact, one of those was a top clinician, C-suite leader in the organization, who said, I have a coach right now, but I'm going to terminate that arrangement because I want Cathy. So I will just tell you that this is an incredibly gifted and talented coach in so many regards. Before I utilize coaches and assign coaches out to C-suite leaders, I really try to have a coaching engagement with that individual myself. And I did so with Cathy, And I will tell you, this path of self-discovery, sometimes there are elements about yourself that you don't necessarily want to know any better. And so I will tell you that Cathy unearthed some of those with me, certainly. I discovered that I had some kind of hidden fears lying there that she walked me down that path, and I was really able to overcome as a result. So anytime there's an opportunity for growth and development and to unearth challenges and really bring forward the talents of an individual and showcase those, that's really what coaching is about. And I would tell your audience today that you are extremely masterful at this.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. In fact, my Skype ID is Indiana Jones, and some of my clients has referred to me as Indiana Jones because I help them unearth the tools that they already have to discover who they are. And I mentioned earlier, my tagline is I specialize in introducing people to themselves because I just think it's so important. And what a gift it is to be in the presence of someone when they truly meet themselves for the first time. It's just an amazing experience, and coaching is such a gift. Thank you, Michelle. And so
you.
one more question for you. How do you see coaching, the benefit of the coaching and the leadership trainings that we engage in? How do you see the value of that being applicable to everyday life?
So really, as I mentioned earlier, I always knew I wanted to be a parent, and I always knew that I wanted to have children. I have two amazing boys, and they're doing phenomenal things in life today. That opportunity that you have as a parent or as an aunt or any other relationship that you may have, you have an opportunity to touch lives, and you have an opportunity to create growth and development for people, as you have for so many, including myself. And leadership development is truly walking that path of self-discovery.
Indeed.
And it really does not matter if you're a CEO or if you're a student or if you are a stay-at-home mom, or the job doesn't matter. It's applicable really to everyone. And it gets to the matter of development and development of oneself. And it could mean, as you pointed out, growth spiritually, emotionally. There are just so many elements. And I would strongly encourage people on a path to self-discovery and development to really take that time to get to know and understand yourself inside and out. I would refer to Cathy also as an archaeologist of the heart, soul, and mind, getting to the Indiana Jones, or Yoda, as I sometimes call her. And I would just strongly encourage you to even make a plan. A development plan, I use very formalized documents that I create for corporations and do consulting work with, but it doesn't have to be that complex.
Yes.
Knowing your goals and your aspirations in life and putting your mind to it and taking some time to know and understand what it is that you want, really anything is possible. Anything is possible.
It is. It is. And I can truly say it's nothing like living your dream or working your passion. And I feel like I'm doing both. I genuinely love people, and to be able to be on this journey and to share in coaching engagements and share that space with people, what a gift it has been. So thank you so much,
Yes,
Michelle, for
thank you.
joining us today. Thank you for being my
Thank
very
you.
first guest.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And at this time, we are going to go to another commercial break. But before we do, I'd like to mention another one of my sponsors. A portion of this show is brought to you by Save a Life Safety Training that specializes in CPR training either at a business, or they will come to your home or your business for CPR training. And this is located in Roseville, Michigan. They can be reached at 586-372-9133. They're located at 1670 13 Mile. That's Save a Life Safety Training. Thank you for your sponsorship. And if it's time for a warm-up, grab your coffee cup, get your warm-up, and join me back in 2 minutes. See you soon. Welcome back, Detroit. I have with me two very special guests. I talked to you earlier about my women's monthly or semi-monthly seminars, Sip Coffee with Cathy, and I hosted those seminars for about 18 months, and I had two women who were regular participants. I have with me Miss Sheila Henderson and Miss Keisha Williams. They were regular participants. They were there for every session. So, Sheila Henderson, I'll start with you. Can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself and your pace of life?
Of course. Well, I'm a mother to an adult child also. I'm a wife of 14 years. I've been employed with Ford Motor Company for the past 22 years.
Wow.
And I also engage in a worldwide Bible educational volunteer work.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that is amazing too. Also, on a little more personal side, I'm a positive person and I enjoy being around positive people, positive energy. I love people and I do what I can to help them.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So tell me, what motivated you to attend your first Sip Coffee with Cathy seminar?
Well, what motivated me was I had got my feet wet a little bit before your seminars with the privilege of having one-on-one sessions with you. And during those sessions, I was discovering that I really didn't know myself, even though I thought I did. And it was very sobering, but I was having fun doing it. And so when you said that you were doing Sip Coffee with Cathy seminars, I was already on board. I wanted to embark on my own journey and also support you in yours.
Oh, thank you. And it was such a pleasure to be your life coach. I saw tremendous growth. So, what are some of the principles that you learned at Sip Coffee with Cathy that you apply in your life as a result?
Well, I'm more confident in myself now.
Okay.
And I learned that even though I have a lot of hats and I'm very busy, I find a balance to doing it all. And the first thing I remember is that I need to take care of me first.
Yes.
And when I get so busy, I give myself permission to sit down and recharge and do some things for myself that I really, really enjoy so I can fulfill those other areas in my life better.
Excellent, excellent. Sounds like you benefited from that particular seminar where we talked about guilt-free self-care.
Oh, yes.
Amazing,
Yes.
amazing. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you so much. And I'm so proud of your growth and so proud to have you here with me today.
I'm glad to experience it myself.
All right, awesome. Our next guest that we have is Miss Keisha Williams, who has also been a regular participant of Sip Coffee with Cathy. Keisha, tell our audience a little bit about yourself and your pace of life.
Well, I lead a very fast-paced life. I am own Little Stars Child Care Center, which is a child care facility where we take care of children all day long. I also own Save a Life Safety Training, which is a CPR business where we're teaching people how to save lives. I'm also on the United Way Council of Champions, and that's an early childhood education program where we're actually trying to teach make sure that children get a better education. I'm also a mother and a wife of 14 years, and I'm just tired just thinking about it.
Okay, well, I'm so happy that you found the time to join us today.
Thank you.
But Keisha, what motivated you to attend your first Sip Coffee with Cathy seminar?
Well, talking with you, you were always very big on self-care, filling your cup, and it made me very interested in what was actually going on there. And I'm like, well, I think I take good care of myself, but I found out I really didn't. And we had a few sessions, and I learned that I really didn't know what self-care was, and I felt drained and tired, and I needed to figure out what it was. So I decided to attend.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice, so nice. And I know in your role, Keisha, you give a lot. So you mentioned some things that you do, but you also give to the parents. You mentor your parents and your employees as well. So you are one woman that I know has put into practice some different things. So tell us, what are some of the principles that you've taken away from Sip Coffee with Cathy?
Well, we had one class where we had to draw a picture of how we felt, and that was very important. I drew a picture of myself on a gurney with people just sucking all the life out of me, and I was tired and I was drained, and it was really enlightening for me at that point because I realized that I was given so much more than I was taking in.
Ah, I remember that picture. I actually took a picture of that picture. And so, what changes have you made since that seminar?
Since that seminar, I get regular massages. I just recently got a personal trainer to help work me out so I can feel better. I make sure that I take myself on a date quite regularly.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
So, to my viewers, I am very, very dedicated to helping you to build a robust life, to experience a robust life. And at the end of every show, I have created a self-care challenge. So, the self-care challenge that I would like my viewers to engage in over the next month is to go out, purchase a journal, and I want you to journal at least for 21 days. 21 days makes a habit. And so you may be asking, what am I going to journal about? So on my blog, Brewing Coffee with Cathy, there are 21 blogs. You can choose a journal question from those blogs, or you could start with something like, what's my mission statement? What's my definition of success? Or who am I as an individual? Again, if you hang with me every first Sunday of the month, I will help you brew a robust life together. Thank you for joining Sip Coffee with Cathy, and I'll see you next month. Make it a great day.